All right, so this Knife Thoughts video is going to be an unboxing video. And as you can see here on the address, it is from Tyger Auto. And so there's a little bit of a story to that. I got a message from Tyger Auto on Instagram asking if I would be interested in reviewing their K7 knife. And so honestly, I'd never heard of Tyger Auto. I'm not like super into cars. I appreciate them. They get me where I need to go, but I'm not an aficionado in any way. But their K7 looked exactly like the Kaiser Cyberblade. And the Kaiser Cyberblade is actually a knife that I have always wanted to check out. So my first thought was, is this a clone of the Cyberblade? And kind of said that to them, asked them, and they said no, they work with Kaiser. And so I asked Kaiser, and yeah, they work with Kaiser and have this K7 made for Tyger Auto. So it's going to look exactly like the Cyberblade from Kaiser. If you're familiar with that, just be aware of that. Don't come in the comments saying that I'm unboxing a clone or something like that, because it is an authorized, OEM. Kaiser is the OEM making the knife for Tyger Auto. So the other kind of funny thing I wanted to mention is that it actually says on the packing slip here, unboxing video, review video. So that's why I wanted to do an unboxing here. I'll definitely do a full review also using my Military 2 to open this. I just put out a review relatively recently on this, and love this knife. And let's get right into it here. So, got a pretty hefty box here. You can see that Tyger Auto logo, which I actually think is pretty cool. It's actually relatively similar to the logo. The Tyger itself is relatively similar to the logo of the jiu-jitsu school or affiliation, you could say, that I train and teach at. And then here is the model, maybe. So KF7 TG, but nice big box here. Oh, here it is. Here is the also maybe. So this is the Stonewash with black handle. They asked me whether I wanted the black version or the Stonewash version, the plain version, and I said the plain version, so we'll see. Pops right open there. TygerAuto.com. So if you're looking for this knife or car stuff, TygerAuto.com. And I think that might have been a miscommunication about the model. So this is actually not that model. I think that I had said that I was interested in the one that was like the Cyberblade, and this is the other model. It was probably my fault. I looked at their site, and I'll have to look at our messages and see if I messed up or they messed up. But this is the K7, it says. So I think I probably messed up. So not what I was expecting. And I don't know if this one is made by Kaiser. I don't think so. So everything I said at the beginning, throw it out. But this has a G10 handle. It has a thumb hole, kind of a thumb oblong shape there. AUS-8 steel, pocket clip. It is, multiple locations for the clip there. 3.6-inch blade. So let's take a look. Big knife for sure. It's made in Taiwan. If I have the choice between Taiwan and China, I mean, not to get into politics of it, but probably prefer Taiwan. So let's see how this is. It's a very hefty looking knife. Definitely has a like working feel. This rock finish on the G10 is pretty nice. It is different than I've seen rock textures done. Also, there is a nice cutout here for this hole. So it'd be interesting. I'll have to ask them who the OEM is for this, because when I contacted Kaiser, I think that they said that this one was not made by them, but look out for the full review. I'll I'll dig more into it and get my facts straight on that one. So let's open this. Opens nicely and feels good in the hand. This is a hefty knife. That is some serious blade stock. So this military is not a thick knife. Well, it's relatively thick, but it's thinly ground. The blade stock is relatively thick, but it's thinly ground. And you can see the Tyger Auto here seems to be thicker. Maybe just by a little bit, but it does seem to be thicker. Definitely has a thicker grind. Compound grind, so you got a hollow grind looking here. I'm pretty sure that's a hollow grind. Yeah. And then a flat grind at the tip. So this is a Tonto blade. Lockup looks good. Show you that there. I don't feel any blade play forward and back or side to side. Let's unlock it, see what happens. A little bit of play side to side when unlocked. A little bit. But none when locked. So it's relatively smooth. It's not on bearings, it is on washers. So it's not gonna be super drop close smooth. Pretty easy to open, and that's because this hole has pretty hard edges on the inside of the hole there. You can see it does, you know, that might go away if you tighten out the blade play, but it does drop down to the detent, but then you have to push it past the detent. I have never seen this, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, if it'll focus. But there are some serious machining marks that are vertical rather than horizontal across the tang on that tang. I'll be able to show that better in the full review. So yeah, miscommunication. I'm thinking on my part, definitely a hefty stout user knife. Feels pretty good in the hand actually for being such a, you know, big, kind of thick, you know, full liners, no internal milling on the liners other than for the liner lock. The edge looks nice. The edge looks well done. Be interesting to see who makes these. I don't know if they will or can tell me the OEM. Pretty easy to open. That's always a concern with an opening hole this small for me. I've got pretty wide thumbs, but it doesn't feel too difficult to open. So on this one, it wasn't that I didn't do my research, it was that I did research on the wrong knife. So sorry about that. This is the Tyger Auto K7. Apparently the K4 is the Cyberblade. But interesting, definitely not what I was expecting, but I will definitely do a full review of this knife. So I'm gonna carry it, use it, see how it cuts, because it is pretty thick, and see how it breaks in, because it isn't, you know, super smooth right now. It's smooth to open, just not drop close, you know, smooth. And go from there. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, click the bell and select all so you know when I post new videos. Check out Tyger Auto, particularly if you do, you know, like cars, you know, they do like accessories and things like that. And also check out my Instagram and Facebook and my website, knifethoughts.com, where I post articles on knives like this and knife related topics. And last but not least, as always, don't forget to go out and do good.